Ogres, Dragons, and Triangles, a Shrek story by Danielle Butsenko. Once upon a time in a mysterious swamp there lived an ogre named Shrek. Shrek lived a mostly peaceful life, all alone in his swamp. There were only two things that really bothered him, people and adventures. Guess what happens when people show up to a swamp? But before I can tell Shrek's story, we need to tell this story first, of an old woman selling her donkey. But right as she's about to make the sale, the unexpected happens. Donkey flies! As you can see, he's pretty high up. But just how high is he? Luckily, trigonometry can help. Given the donkey is drawn 5 meters forward and forms an angle of 22 degrees to the ground, how high up is he? These basic trigonometric ratios explain just that, the relation of angles to side length. They are sine theta, theta being a symbol for angles, equals opposite over hypotenuse, cos theta equals adjacent over hypotenuse, and tan theta equals opposite over adjacent. Adjacent being the side that is next to angle, opposite the one opposite to angle, and hypotenuse the longest side. An easy way to remember these ratios is SO, CA, TOA. Using the tangent ratio, we can algebraically figure out the unknown side, plugging in our values and rearranging them to get an ultimate result of 2.02, meaning the donkey is 2.02 meters off the ground. Now that's pretty high up for a land mammal. Now back to Shrek. Apparently, Donkey brought all his friends to Shrek's swamp. What? Shrek is shocked too. The first thought through his head is, just how much space these people take up. Luckily, triangles are literally everywhere, meaning that trigonometry can help. Even though the people do form the rough shape of a triangle, how are trigonometric ratios relevant? It's not even a right triangle. So Katoa will not find you the area, but it can help. This formula over here finds the area of a triangle, and this one over here relates the height to one side and length to an angle. Together, they can find the area of any triangle just from two side lengths A and B and an angle C. Meaning, plugging our numbers into here, we can find the result of 23.51, means people in Shrek's swamp take up a whole 23.51 square meters of space. That's a lot. With all space in his swamp taken up, Shrek decides that he needs a change of pace. He decides to step out of his comfort zone. Inspired by a fairy tale he read, he sets off to slay a dragon and save a princess. Shrek's journey was long and arduous, only an annoying donkey for company. Eventually, though, he finally arrived. But Shrek had just one pressing question. How long is this rickety bridge that he has to cross? Luckily, triangles are everywhere. If Shrek knows the distance to the middle of the bridge over here, the length of the diagonal supporting rope over here, and he also knows the angle at which the two lines meet, how can he find the length of the bridge, or this line right here? It's simple, the cosine law, which can be used to find unknown elements if two sides at an angle are known, or if three sides are known. In this case, we have two sides and this other angle. Here's the algebra showing that this line is 41.27 meters long, so the bridge is 41.27 meters long. That's a pretty long bridge over a moat of lava. In the castle, Shrek puts on some armor and tells Donkey to slay the dragon. Only real issue with that plan is Donkey is scared of dragons. As being chased through the castle, he wonders, just how big is that dang lizard? Fortunately, dragons are also triangles, obviously. Now we use the sine law, which is used to find a side if a side and two angles are known, or if an angle and two sides are known. Now, if Donkey approximately knows the measure of the left side of the dragon, he has a keen eye for that stuff, as well as two relevant angles. How can he find the width of the dragon, marked as x in this diagram? Sine law can be used. So you have a sine and two angles. Plugging our values into the sine law formula, we can find that x equals 31.8, meaning the dragon is 31.8 meters wide. And while Donkey was doing the complex trigonometric calculations in the back of his head, Shrek managed to slay the dragon all of his own, and even save the princess. Satisfied with his adventure, Shrek goes home to his swamp, and spends his days making paintings, living happily ever after. The end.